So we're looking at the 1/5 of people who are neurodivergent, and one of my favourite statistics is that 1/3 of people, both in prisons and entrepreneurship, are actually neurodivergent.
Hello, I'm Sara-Louise Ackrill. I'm a neurodivergent therapist and entrepreneur, and I speak on neurodiversity, diversity, equity, inclusion and belonging, and awareness of domestic abuse in the workplace.
So what you call RSD, I think it's very similar to what I would call abandonment trauma or abandonment wounding, abandonment terror.
In therapy, I think one thing I love working with is RSD because it's so painful and so complex, and it's such a big part of our community. And I think even when people don't know they're neurodivergent, when they find out about RSD, they're kind of like, oh, maybe I am. That's the thing that makes them think they could be. I want to be really, really clear what I mean by the business case. So this is the very blunt autistic version, if you will, of why diverse teams in general are really healthy and really positive rather than neurodivergent people, because that's putting a lot of pressure on us, and we have the right to, have good days and bad days and be productive and not just like anybody else.
Historically, domestic abuse has not really been a workplace issue, but the workplace is a really great opportunity to identify issues with domestic abuse. That doesn't mean that HR or team managers or colleagues need to be experts in domestic abuse, but I think that we can really do our due diligence.
So diverse teams and diverse businesses, they reflect their customer base more, they reflect society more people relate, more people are drawn to that team because they see themselves in the people in the team. It's just more positive. And according to Deloitte, diverse teams are 30% more productive. And then because you feel rejected, you're, reacting. And then you just get into this awful cycle, and you describe it really well, where it's terrifying, it's painful, it's automatic.
We're talking about all the different facets of abuse, so don't always focus on physical violence, because actually most people that experience domestic abuse will never have experienced violence, and that historically has been what we come to think of as synonymous with abuse.
I think the biggest learning that people come to me and say at the end of therapy is, I've learned to accept myself, I really like myself now, and that always fills me with pleasure. I can honestly say those are the things that have made the most difference to me. Compassion has made me much more resilient.